Hello, I'm Maciej Mikos and you're watching World Talks, where every word matters. As Vladimir Putin is meeting Recep Tayyip Erdogan on the sidelines of the BRICS summit in Kazan, a question arises whether Ankara intends to form even closer ties with Moscow, and how can future BRICS accession affect its relations with NATO. And to discuss the issue, we're joined here by Dr. Konrad Zasztowt from the Faculty of Oriental Studies at the University of Warsaw. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, to start with, how would you describe the current Turkish-Russian relations?
Well, it depends if what time frame we want to analyze. So, if we look at the period after the coup d'etat attempt in 2016, there was a period of several years of very good relationship between Ankara and Moscow, and the two countries, the two leaders, Erdoğan and Putin, they were closer and closer in this period. That was what we could witness in recent years. But if we look at the period after the full-scale attack of Russia to Ukraine, the relationship became much more complex, because it's now Turkey being a stronger partner in this relationship, and Turkey is more important probably for Russia than Russia is for Turkey, because Turkey is, although it's a NATO state, but still it's against sanctions against Russia. So still Turkey is some kind of economic window for the world, for Russia. So now it's Russia who cares very much about good relationship with Turkey. Maybe before it was otherwise. I think this BRICS membership is wholeheartedly supported by Putin, because Putin wants to show to Erdoğan that he also can do something for Turkey and for Erdoğan.
Mm-hmm. And according to the latest studies, Russians do invest in Turkey. Russians are the main buyers of Turkish houses. Now, what is really Erdogan trying to achieve in Kazan in the whole context of the future BRICS accession?
Well, I would say that Russia is also important. I mean, the goal of strengthening relationship with Moscow, but there are more important goals here. So, first of all, I would say the strongest player in this BRICS organization is of course China. So recently Turkish diplomacy is trying to have this relationship closer and stronger with Beijing. So there was a visit of foreign minister, Turkish foreign minister Hakan Fidan in China, and probably next year there will be a visit of Xi Jinping in Ankara, which is something extraordinary, because it's already 25 years since the last visit of the Chinese leader in Turkey. So it shows that this relationship is stronger. And then there are also other countries, Asian countries, African countries, and South American countries. With those countries also, Turkey also plans to have and already has a good relationship. And everything this is a kind of also a diplomatic play with the West, with the European Union partners, with the United States. Simply, Ankara is trying to show that we have some alternatives. We don't have to cooperate only with the West, because there are non-Western partners also very important for us.
Right. Not that long ago, Ankara tried to broker a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. Now, is this idea totally off the table now?
No, of course, this is another goal of this visit, probably for Erdoğan. So Erdoğan was also very eager to go to Kazan, because obviously he believes he can convince somehow Putin to stop war, stop aggression in Ukraine. And what is the most important goal for him is, of course, to be the one who will stop the war, because in this situation, of course, he can win a Nobel Prize. So this is his dream, I guess. And of course, in March 2002, there were already negotiations between Kyiv and Moscow with the Turkish role very important, because they were in Istanbul. So I think this is also a very important goal for Turkish diplomacy, and especially for Erdogan himself.
Now, talking about diplomacy and appearances. Now, how important is Erdogan's presence in Russia, given the absence of the president of Brazil, the head of state of South Africa, and also of Serbia?
Well, I think the fact that Vučić didn't come to Kazan, that was like a kind of an offense for Putin. In case of Brazil, it was just by unfortunate situation for the Putin. But all those countries, they are very important. I mean, the African countries. So, for example, Turkey has like 40 embassies in 40 countries of Africa, and it's expanding its diplomatic, economic, military also presence in Africa. But obviously, Turkey is very important. As I said, this is a kind of window for the world, for Moscow. So there are, for example, if we look at flights, there are flights from Moscow to Istanbul. There are no flights to other cities in Europe. So even this fact, I think it shows the importance of Turkey for Russia.
Right. Now, Russia would like to see BRICS transformed into a sort of an organization that can compete with the global West, or with NATO maybe in the future. Now, some members of the organization clearly oppose this idea, like Saudi Arabia, for example, or Brazil, South Africa. Now, does Ankara, in your opinion, would support the Russian idea of BRICS, or rather be in the second camp?
Well, if we look at BRICS countries, there are already like two camps, and one is openly anti-Western, which is Russia-China camp, but we have also Brazil, we have also South Africa, we have also obviously India, which is like the third biggest country economy, the second biggest economy actually, and very important member in this BRICS format. So speaking about Turkey, I think Turkish plan is to rather to follow Indian model than the Chinese or Russian model, so to cooperate both with the West and with those Asian, African and South American countries, not to become openly anti-Western, because that makes no sense. Turkish economy is totally bound to the European Union economy, so all this talk about the dollarization, for example, that makes no sense for Turkey, for example. It may be important for Russia or for China, but in Turkey, of course, there are discussions about this. There is a strong feeling of anti-Americanism, but this is on the level of simply rhetorics, I would say, than the real economic plan of the government in Ankara.
Dr. Konrad Zasztowt from the Faculty of Oriental Studies at the University of Warsaw was our guest this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you
very much. And thank you for watching. We'll be back soon with more World Talks.